Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and I am the Oracle of Natiru. As always, all of my readings are timeless, so if the message found you and resonated, then it is yours at the time in which you found it. So, first, let's start with a little disclaimer. This reading is a bit tough. It has to deal with let's call them sexual excursions and rebounds. So, I would say if that automatically, so the message feels very specific. So if that doesn't resonate you, I guess I kind of recommend that you perhaps don't watch this because it has the potential of hitting a heartstring. So. But I'm going to take it on. I wouldn't have been given something if I can't handle it. So I have, to do your spread, I've used my blended deck of the Threads of Fate Weaver Tarot and Oracle deck. So you'll be seeing both of those in your spread. So as I was doing, let's do that first. As I was doing the meditation for your energy before I let the cards fly, the song, I don't know who did this song. I think it's like an old Italian classic, but it goes, "When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore." I know my singing isn't quite up to standard, but it kind of irked me a little bit because a moon, no matter how beautiful and bright and big it is, it hitting your eye, and maybe I'm taking this a little bit too literally, but it hitting your eye isn't amore. It's not love. And the reading itself kind of casted me into this, I want to say it's like a hypnotic illusion. That's what it felt like to me. And I actually, it took me a while to fully pull in the message. I almost just packed everything up. But then that's when everything really just came through. And I had to go and look into the underlining to make sure that what I was seeing was actually what I was seeing. So, I'll go through the underlining first. So the first card to come through in the underlining, and of course that's the underlining is the reason for the reading. So this is kind of like the overview. But the first card that came out was the Ace of Coins. And this actually, I'm going to have to put an age restriction on this reading, but this card sometimes for me comes through, just as it did for you today, it comes through as the mons pubis, which is that region right above your pelvis where your sexual organs are. Your, what do you call it? Reproductive area. The mons pubis. Oddly enough, I do have a degree in biology, but yes, this came through very strongly as the mons pubis. And then just after that, I kept pulling cards. Something was just telling me to keep going. And the next four really solidified that for me. The mons pubis. So next we have the Sovereign and Higher Perspective. And then it was followed with Sacred Sexuality and Get Creative. And this Get Creative card here looks like a pelvis to me. So it's very much speaking of gaining a higher perspective on the sovereignty of your sexuality, and holding it sacred is what's coming through. Holding it sacred. Sorry, I'm just thinking a little bit. And gosh, this is so sensitive. Why? I guess let's just go right into the reading. So, we'll start, the reading starts with the Conqueror of Wands. And at first I couldn't, and I kind of still can't tell quite yet if this is you or if this is someone else in your life. So we have the Conqueror of Wands, and it's followed by the Love card. It's really interesting because this Love card, I don't know if it will pick up, there are these, I don't know if you can see those. Those look to me like an octopus, like octopus tentacles. And it brought about, it's an exploration, especially with the Conqueror of Wands. It's an exploration of love, what love is. Or actually physically, like looking out, and I say physically looking out for love, because what we have that follows after the Love card is the Seven of Coins. And in both of these cards, this is sharing the same shape, this like, it looks like an octagon. I know this is 7, but there is a point up at the top. So it's coming through as an octagon. An octagon. Which is telling me that this is like a it's like you're fighting for love. You're fighting, it's a very, like an intense and impulsive, a little bit erratic, searching, looking, fighting for something out there. Because you're searching, right? You're searching with the Seven of Coins, and what comes next is the Explorer. And the thing with this Explorer card, and I've never quite seen it like this, that compass, it doesn't have like a true north. It's a very balanced compass. It like comes, it is it's shaped off of like what type of energy you're in. So as you can see, there is an eye up at the top, and then there's a heart at the bottom of that compass. And the eye reflected in the Seven of Coins there. It's like this compass is no longer pointing towards the heart, even though you may feel that you are looking for, you're exploring for love. It doesn't feel as though you're actually in that right type of space. And I say that because it feels like, so overall, this feels like something happened in the past, and there's the Six of Cups is here, card of the past, and it feels like there's a search now for something to fill this space, fill what was lost. And that's why I was saying that it kind of feels like rebound. It feels like a rebound after like a breakup. And I say the breakup because there's, after this exploration, there are these two cards, Boundary and the Revolutionary. And this Boundary card, actually I need to turn it on its side. The other side, I don't know how. These, let me let it focus for a split second. These, what do you call them? The armor on the armadillo was looking like bridges. I want it to focus. There we go. They're looking like, you know, archways, like bridges, like, that, you know, a train would go across, right? Over a river. And what was coming through was that there's bridges being burned. But it feels very rebellious. It feels like finding something, finding someone, and feeling and truly believing that there's significant, which there is something significant in it. There are always significancies, that's the word, in every meeting that we go through with other people. That doesn't necessarily mean that those are the right ones that are going to be coming along in our journey. So it feels like there is a searching, kind of like a rebound type of energy. Something is found, someone to fill that void. I guess void's the right word. And then when it's not up to par, it's casted away. The bridge is burned very quickly. Because there is some type of, like, it's found, and then there's a quick assessment with the Seven of Coins that's actually not what you want. And so you go back there, it's like a loop. You go back again and you start your search again. But the thing is that your compass is in the wrong I was going to say trajectory. And it feels like this is a type of cycle that's really, it's very sticky to get out of. And I say sticky because the next card that is coming out is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands in the traditional tarot is it's all of the burdens that are carried that need to be let go in order to get to the Ace of Wands, right? The brand new creative start. This is coming through as very sticky. It's like you're trying to let it go. You're trying to burn whatever bridge this is, or this is bridges, but it's sticky. It's like a yo-yo. And it's like every time you try to throw it down to get it away, it's very sticky. And it's just coming. With this is like it's coming back. It's resurfacing again, and it's resurfacing because there's something in your shadow, in your subconscious. I know that a lot of people don't particularly care for the shadow word, but the shadow is where we tuck things away that we no longer want to look at, and it just sits there and it sees until it starts to take over and show itself, and it manifests itself in front of you so that you can see and acknowledge it. And that's the situation that's happening here. So there's something situation in which your ability to control your own sexuality is, there's something there that wants to be looked at. Because after the Ten of Wands, and it's interesting because the Ten of Wands is in reversed. And it was bringing that meaning of something sticky that doesn't want to be released. No, it's not that it doesn't want to be released. It's that because there is a want to not look. It's really funny because with this reading, I didn't want to look. Like I honestly did not want to do this reading because it is such a heavy situation. I know that it's very sensitive. And this situation can be very hard to look at because it does have, while on the surface, and it's interesting because while on the surface it kind of appears to be something lovely, there's something underneath that wants to be looked at instead. It's wanting to bring a higher perspective on something with sexuality. Where was I? So with the Ten of Wands in reverse and the shadow, it's like how I was saying, there's, of course we know, I mean, there's no, you don't want to look. You don't want to look. You're just like the bat here. It's all like covered up, not looking. I don't want to see it. I just want to keep going. And that's fine. You can keep doing that. It's just, this is not going to be dropped. It's just going to keep coming. But I feel that there is something that it does want to be addressed, obviously, because then it wouldn't be coming up in this reading if it didn't want to be addressed. But it's very hidden, especially with this, the shadow and the moon. It's bringing back up that song. When the moon hits your eye, is it really amore? It's kind of like the notion of when you look at the moon and you see the light from the moon, is that really the moon's light? Or is it actually a reflection of the sun? And it's causing some type of illusion to make you think that that light is actually the moon. It's bringing up moth energy for me, and a moth will kill itself by running into a false light, running into the Zappa. It's a little frightening. And in this moon card, let me get a little closer. See if it'll focus. I really want you to see this. Try to tilt it. Well, there are... Okay, here we go. So these mountains are made of crystals. And crystals are aspects of self, pieces of self. But these mountains are really strange. They have skulls in them, wolf skulls, lone wolf skulls that appear to be the pieces of self, yet they're so embedded that it's very hard to see. It's very elusive. And what's elusive for you is the Lovers. It's that which you are looking for, right? Because what you're looking for, what you're trying to explore and find, is love. But it remains elusive. There's something very hypnotizing here. It goes along, of course, with the moon's energy. But I'm seeing it in this next row. How shall I present this? There's something hypnotizing with the past. This timepiece up here. It brought up the... which card is that? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. But it's another card in this deck. It brought up like a hypnotist with a like a pendulum. So, and this came through again with the start of this third row, the Conqueror of Coins in reverse. And this is an earthy card, so representative of your energy. This is coming through as a pendulum. I hope you can see that. So whatever this is that is lying in your shadow, perhaps going to a hypnotist would help bring its awareness into your consciousness, to move it from your subconscious into your consciousness. Because at least then if you're aware, then you'll know, you know what I mean? Like you know where it stems from. And I say that because this card here is also appearing as, so typically this in the upright, the Conqueror of Coins is equivalent to the Knight of Coins in the traditional tarot. It's a very steadfast and kind of just like trotting along, like step by step by step. It's slower than all the other nights, a lot more slower than the Conqueror of Wands, but with the knowledge that's found in this slow step-by-step process, the reward, I don't want to say it's better, but it's more well-rounded. The package that's received from it is clearer. So I usually see this as a book being opened up, and in that book, you know, through reading every single page, you gain a well-roundedness of the contents or the knowledge that is within this book. However, it came out upside down, and what I wanted to be was a book that is being held by its spine and being shook. So all the pages are rattling, and there's stuff that's falling away from your book, because this is your book. This is your book in the Akashic Records. And what's falling out, and this card has been floating around in all of my readings lately, is the Dare to Dream. It's interesting. It's coming across as fool's gold. It's really interesting. I've never seen that card like that. I usually see it as an opal. I know it's a diamond, but I see it as something that is so multifaceted that any way that you look at it, there's always a new perspective inside of it. It's like finding the meaning to it is boundless. But it's like when you shake this book, all of this fool's gold starts to fall out. And the fool's gold is the things that are of the past. Really interesting. It's bringing up a quote that I saw the other day. The quote goes, "Nostalgia is a liar, for all it tells us is that the past will always be greater than the future." And I think it's good to look back. I'm not saying that it's not good to look back. Just don't be trapped in the illusion that what was in the past, oh shit, what was in the past actually what will be in your future will never be as good as the past. That's false. That is false. It's a trick. You have two cards here of this shadow. You have, of course, the one that I showed you before, but then you also have the jaguar. It says ask body. The jaguar for me is a creature that used to live in the shadow and has come out to help you. The jaguar energy is helping you release the things, the sticky things that are in your shadow, the things that want, it's kind of like spider webs in the corner of your house. It's like you don't really notice them until like you see them, right? Until it's acknowledged. And there is a guidance here to ask your body. And what I'm feeling here, it is in your root, but there's right here in your sacral, you'll feel it. It's in your root and in your sacral. I'm just trying to see what else the Jaguar wants to say to me. It's just reiterating that the Jaguar wants to illuminate something from the past that was perceived by you as this Lover's energy. And the Jaguar is also asking you to be aware that when without looking, it continues to manifest. And so you need to ask yourself, is that the road that you want to go down? I'm sorry, this reading is really tough. In this Magician card, there is a road that is paved here. Is that what you want? I just want to see if anything else will come through. I mean, I don't think that that is what you want. I mean, only you will know what it is that you want. I feel that there is something deep that just wants to be looked at. And I want to reiterate, there is nothing wrong with being promiscuous, I guess is the word. There's nothing wrong with being promiscuous. In fact, you know, I mean, I don't need to tell you. But there's nothing wrong with that. But what does come into play is that if you're looking for someone else to fill, like how I was saying, a void, how can it not end like this? No one can ever love you like you love yourself. No one can ever do that. And I feel as though the boundaries card is saying to, it's like asking you to protect your squishy bits. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I just want to do a quick scan to see, because this is very important and I know that you will want more. I don't see anything else. I am going to pull more cards to try to pull out what is in the shadow to see if we can get any type of just some type of awareness to see what wants to be looked at. Yeah, so thank you Capricorn for joining me in this reading. I apologize that the message was a little bit tougher than, you know, usually I hope for it to be. I like really upbeat messages. I mean, who doesn't? But these are also very necessary to get us to a point in which we can, there we go, that's what I was wanting, to where we can manifest these beautiful, beautiful new things. So, all right, I'm going to pull the cards. The link for the extended is in the bottom of the description box. Yeah. All right, thanks Capricorn. Bye.